I don't think I've recorded a full run, so I'm just gonna record this whole damn thing, and I'm probably gonna talk way too much, just for the sake of it. I'm gonna put my mic up here and see if it's as nasally and awful sounding. Do you go left or right? Okay. I always try to go the opposite of the direction that you go. Yeah, my mic is like next to my. So the video you can't even hear you. I don't know why. I don't know how my recording software works. I'm just using like Windows Recorder. But you can't even hear you. Even if you yell, I don't think it'll be able to hear you. Oh, I killed it. Hell yeah. Can you still hear me clearly right now? Okay. I put my mic as far away from my nose as I can, so it's like I don't know if it's my mouth breathing or nose that's getting picked up in the mic, but hopefully we can't hear it in the video this time. Sweet. So I bring the bone dagger because BGS never freaking hits, it seems like. So the 100% accuracy in my max hit's like a 35 or something. So I have a decent chance of hitting over 20. Yep. Although unironically, I think I did like 6 or 7 600 attempts, and I hit my BGS every single time, which was amazing. Go ahead and Kara spec now, might as well. It's fine. That's why you have 3 of them. Yeah, so just for the video as well, the brews are mostly for you to use during like Warden. I use like 2 of them, maybe 3. So that'll leave you with 2 or 3 as well for Warden. Then the Sand Fuse, I only need 2, like when I walk into Kefri, and that way you can use 1 during Zabak if you need it. And then there's 2 if I, for some reason, drink both of mine, because I have 2 in my inventory. So that's the reason I have you bring 3. If you're an Iron, I won't even have you bring any Sand Fuse, because I feel bad about taking Sand Fuse off of an Iron Man. I guess I have to wave skip here? What is this? That was not very nice of Zabak. Yeah, and then the ranging potion is for you to use right now if you brew down at some point, and then at Warden as well. Because you're not going to be salting. You're going to take life instead of power life like a usual raid. Okay, I got the solve over here. The super combat is in case I use a super combat at Baba for some reason. Not unheard of. Go ahead and drink a full brew, or, brew up to 100 right now. Might as well be safe, since your Karis isn't there. Just make sure you restore your stats back, and then you can ranging potion again, even. These waves are pretty savage, so just focus on getting through the waves. More so than hitting the boss. Just run. Don't run in poisoned. Oh yeah. Yep, 500. It's like 30 or something. Yeah, so that's what the Sand Fuse. The Staminas are for Akka. I normally use one, but if we end up only getting one salt in both of our packs at the Helpful Spirit, I'll have to use one salt for the whole raid. And then I salt Kefri, and then I have to get through Akka with just 2 stamina potions. And then we do Zabak first because I want Zabak to be level 3 at Warden. Because level 4 Zabak makes Warden much more difficult. So that's why we always start Zabak. It's not efficient for speed, but it's very efficient for making Warden easy. We do Baba next because I want salts for Kefri. I solo the puzzle here so you can sit it out. I want a stamina dose though, so drop a stamina and then I'll pick it up, drink it, and drop it back to you. I need to re-super combat. Drop everything back. Holy shit balls. Sneeze a little bit, I guess. If you're an iron, I don't get to stamina this room and it makes me really sad. Irons are a disease, man. I'm not saying I don't have a maxed Iron Man or anything, but Iron Men are definitely a disease. Yep. Hypocrite and a half, man. So in here, I always kill this Poison Walker first before I kill the Majors. And then I'm going to kill the Poison Walker with the Rangers as well. Yeah, I mean, it's... And there's 3 of them, right? So... You know the next wave isn't going to spawn until you start killing all the Rangers here. And it's right straight into more Majors, and I just kill the Majors first, because then I can pray melee once the Majors are dead. So I'm going to kill all these Majors. And now I can pray melee for the rest of the fight for the room. Obviously I have to do 2 of these because it's a duo. For some reason my plugin says I hit a 9, but I hit a 10. I've never understood that one. I feel like I'm gonna chance myself if I don't vent there. What? Didn't I vent? Safety first. This is a deathless 500, so I'm gonna go ahead and Karis. Always prioritize staying alive over getting greedy with damage. Oh, some nice volatile pops though. That helped a lot with all the shamans. Frick, this stupid poison walker. Chin these guys to death. Okay, room's over. Onward to Baba. See, like I already used one sand for you in that room. That's why I have you bring the 3. I'll take 2 restores here, actually. And you can pick up that sand for you and decant it into the one that you've got. Oh, my bone dagger's not active because I only have 50% special. No! I just pray for the video I don't hit a single BGS. Just for the video. I want to hit a BGS, but for the video, I'm just praying I don't hit a single fucking BGS, because I swear that's what happens. The bone dagger doesn't have 100% accuracy anymore. It has to be the first hit, and because I Kara-spec'd in the room, my special attack energy wasn't back yet, so I'm stuck using a BGS whenever I get 100% special attack. I'm going to sort my inventory so I can easily BGS and put my Vernic back on, and I can easily switch into my ranged gear. So that's why my inventory is arranged like that. Boulders always drop when the boss hits 90%, so there's the boulder drop. It's not like random or after a certain amount of HP, it's at 90%. I don't know if it's at I don't know if it's at like 10% gone from the boss, so if it's at like, when the boss is at 66%, is it 10% of 66%? So it'll fade, it'll boulder drop at 60, and then at 30, I don't know. That's what I've always kind of thought it might be, because I feel like it doesn't do like at 56% and 23%. It definitely boulders before those thresholds. So I don't know, but I know it's 90% for the first set of boulders. And I've always just assumed it's at like 60% and 30%. Well, that's why I'm spewing everything I can think of, because I'm recording this and I don't think I've posted a full 500 1+1 yet. I'm just praying I don't die and have talked all of this for no reason. I'm not going to post a video where I die. I don't know how to video edit anything. So it would just be a 17 BGS. Come on. If you're going to hit, you might as well hit a 20. Ugh. Oh, don't run into the middle. Okay, so you have to blowpipe spec your second blowpipe on the purple tile row. One, the second blowpipe went off, so I know I can DPS skip. I can not DPS skip, I can boulder skip there. And that is 100% tick perfect. If you're standing one tile further down the hill than the purple tile, you can't DPS, you can't run past the boulders there. You have to be on that purple tile or the row that the purple tile is on. Obviously, if you're doing like a not running down the middle. I don't know why I've dropped all my super restores. Makes me really sad. I'm gonna pick the one up at the bottom when I get kicked down the next time. The reason I dropped my restore in the middle is because now it's like pretty close to my prayer, so I don't have to move my mouse as far. I know a lot of people will drop their super restore like around here, and then they'll set up the red X over on the other side of Baba as if he started in the middle, so they'll be like over here. But then you're like clicking your potion on the other side of Baba. Like you move your mouse all the way across the screen. I don't like that, so that's why I'm red Xing on the side of Baba. I'm trying. And then another nice thing you can do with this is this. It is the perfect tile for this movement right here. And now you can run south, so you don't have to go as far for when the boulders fall. Took a hit there off melee for fun, I guess. I'm expecting lots of mistakes if I'm talking this much. Dude, easy boulder skips, hell yeah. But it hit me as 0 off prayer, that's very nice. I don't bring a ZCB because I like having a Karis. If I make some stupid mistake, I'd rather have my 100% special attack, because overly draining is on, saved up for a Karis, instead of ZCBing and making the raid a minute or two faster. And I hate doing a full range switch to ZCB. Yeah, so to show that movement down south again, you just go to the one tile here. You don't want to stand in the middle because then you get hit. And then this just paths you perfectly out to here, over to here, and then you just walk them back down to the bottom. This is only... Oh yeah, you can come. Sure. Let me stop walking the boss. But obviously you can do that all the way to the bottom of the hill. You can come in and start hitting them. I'll just chill out right here. Not do any more risky moves. But you could do that right, so that right before the last boulder phase, you're all the way at the bottom of the hill, and you don't have any delay. When you get kicked by Baba to the bottom of the hill from all the way at the top, you sit there for like 2 seconds while you wait to be unfrozen. Versus if you're at the bottom, you don't have that delay, so you can boulder skip a little bit easier. What were you saying? Oh, okay. Fang spec for the final hit. Let's go. Nope. 13. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to talk during Kefri. We'll see. Kefri and... It's very stressful. So, the boring part of the raid is over. If I'm not talking, it's I basically fall asleep for those first 2 rooms. Obviously, talking as much as I have has sped it up. Here we want to get 2 ambrosias and 2 salts. Do you have... What do you have? You have 1 ambrosia. How many salts do you have in power?
2 power.
You have 2 salts in power and 1 ambrosia. Okay, so you're going to take power. That way we get the 2 salts. And I'm going to take life so that we get the 2... Okay, 2 salts, 1 adrenaline in your power. Perfect. You take power. I'm going to take life. Can you confirm you took power?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Just want to double check. I've never had anybody say the one thing and do another, but it terrifies me that could happen. So now, fun trick. I didn't know this was a thing. From within the pouch, you can right-click drop. So I just dropped you those ambrosias. Very carefully pick those up, very carefully, and use them on your supply pouch. Can you pick up those 2? Very carefully, do not drink them. Move very slowly. Okay, now open your pouch and right-click within the pouch and drop me the salt and the adrenaline. And that prevents you from accidentally misclicking it and drinking it. I think it's very nice. You have another salt, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and drop that over as well. Beauty. Okay, you can pick up that 2 dose restore. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sort my pouch for later. I sort my pouch like this so that during Kefri I can quickly get out all 4 of these potions, because I use all 4 of them during Kefri for different things. I always do the pillars because I'm a gentleman. What's the point of getting carried if you have to do the pillars at a Kefri, you know? You might as well log out if somebody makes you do the pillars. It's not a real carry in that situation. Sure, sure. I don't know, just wherever I end up. Okay, so prayer is the most important resource in this room. Assuming you're not a complete idiot, assuming I'm not a complete idiot, I mean, the person doing the carrying, you shouldn't need any brews for this room, so I do not take any brews in. So I'm going to trade you. You're going to hold my bone dagger and all this stuff, and I need 2 sand fuse and 2 restores. So the reason we did Kefri 3rd instead of 2nd is the prayer potions in my inventory could not be enough. Especially with it being, I mean, if I did it earlier, it'd be a lower level, but you could still be level 4. And when it's level 4 and 5, it's very difficult to flick piety, as if while medicing and moving and everything else in between. So it's nice to be able to just camp piety and protect ranged, and just hit the boss and move and chin and everything else. So doing this 3rd means I have all of these extra restores and the Blessed Scarab, and you'll see me use the Blessed Scarab when the ranger's out, because I normally run out of supplies, because I drop my supplies over here so that I can pick them up throughout the fight as I'm passing from one side of the room to the other. I'll pick up prayer potions as I'm moving around and keep my I want to use the brought in supplies first, because I want to save as many of these as I can for Warden, but if I need to use them, I'll use them, because I'd rather be alive than dead. Before I start, I'm going to pre-pot a super combat and a stamina, so please drop those for me. Drop a super combat and a stamina. You can do the 3 dose and the 2 dose, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You'll just have to decant the potions back into 4 dose. Okay, so before I start Kefri, I like to talk to the person I'm carrying to see if they need any advice or would appreciate any advice on last row. You were there last night, right, when I explained all this stuff? Do you want the talk again? Do you think it'd be helpful? Or did you kind of follow along? Well, they're not going to be able to see it anyway, right? They're going to be able to see my rune light is what is being recorded right now. So for the video, at this point, they'll hear in the video that I normally explain a bunch of stuff right now. But do you think it would be helpful for me to explain it to you? I'm happy to. I normally do, but I just know you were there.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, so in the Discord on the final row, the main things are the movement from left to right. So that one you can see in the video number 3. There's a link up to it, and here's a great example of your movement. So since you already saw this, I'll just go through the main highlights. Are moving from, here's the last row. I am on the red tiles in the video, so I want to see if this stops the recording. If it stops the recording, that'll make me sad. Okay, so just for the video, so you know, I'm referencing my Discord. I'll put a link in the description for the Discord, and you can go to the final row info. It's in the info section at the bottom, and there's some very helpful videos in there. The table of contents order might change or something, or I'll post more videos, I don't know. Anyway, Yeah, so I marked these 3 red tiles, that way that's where I'll be, so I'm pretending to be you. And I just want you to use this last row all the way, go from one side to the other. I give you 6 tiles, I stay on 3. That way you don't have to stress as much about staying alive on a very small amount of tiles. The more tiles you have, the easier it is to dodge boulders. And the easiest way to dodge boulders is to just walk one way. I'm walking to the right. I'm switch directions and walk to the left. If you turn around in the middle instead of going all the way to the side, you're going to end up bouldering yourself more frequently than if you just boulder yourself once when you turn around all the way at the end. Ideally, you don't boulder yourself, like you skip over the tile that you boulder on. But
So you have to just move the one tile at a time.
that's not necessary. You don't have to move one tile at a time. That's great. Great you brought that up. You don't have to. Even in the video, it's about to happen here. Let's see. Nope, not yet. I'm looking at the timestamp so I can reference it in the in the video I'm recording of a video. Blah 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 blah. But you'll see here, I think I move all the way across. Yeah, right here. At the 2-minute and 3-second mark, you see how there's the lightning is spawning all the way to the left and there's 2 more coming in the middle? I'm gonna run all the way across basically, because that lets me dodge lightning. But I move all the way to the left. Then I go, okay, you see my mouse go over the boulder tile there? Watch in the video. I'm like, ooh, I want to click there. But then I see the boulder and I go, okay, click the next tile. Don't get hit by the boulder. I don't stand still there and wait for the boulder to hit me. I immediately click off of it. Here's a great spot in the video. I think I probably emphasized it last night. I emphasized it about every time. Right here. If you turn around early in the next tick, you would boulder yourself. I would boulder myself. There's lots of reasons a person might want to turn around at this point in the video as well. So this is at the 2-minute and 14-second mark. I just clicked this tile, right? So that's where I'm going to be on the next tick.
Yeah.
That means a normal person might, very reasonably so, see all this lightning right here and think, okay, I need to click. This is the green to go. I need to go to this tile because then I dodge lightning. But if you do that, you're actually backtracking. And you can see in the video here, here comes the boulder on the tile that was blank not a second ago. So if you backtrack onto that tile, you'll probably end up bouldering, getting hit by that boulder right there. And instead, I choose to continue walking to the left. I walk into the lightning, I tank a 17, I don't get hit a 50 or a 60, which is what a boulder is going to deal to you. So it's very important that you go all the way to the left, and then all the way to the right. I can live with you turning around on like the 5th tile. You know, if you use like 5 tiles and you see some lightning, so you decide to turn around. But just don't walk into your own freaking boulder. I can live with 5 tiles turn around, but ideally it's good to do the 6 tiles, walk into lightning, and be confident in that strategy because it plays out really well because you have so many ambrosias. Yeah, all the way to the left, all the way to the right. I think it'll be very obvious where I'm at. Like it'll be very obvious. I don't think if you want to take the time to try to do that, go for it. But don't kill yourself trying to mark any tiles or anything. Like you could maybe mark the 7th tile. That way you know not to go onto it, kind of thing. But even in the video right there, at the 2-minute and at the 3-minute mark, I tanked this boulder. I didn't do it intentionally, but it's nice to see in the video a 52. Versus when I got hit by a lightning earlier, it was a 17. So like you're getting triple damage from a boulder. There's a 27 lightning though, so lightning can still hit hard. Yeah, the rest of the video, that's basically it. The rest of the video is me blabbering on for 2 minutes like I am right now. And then I just like to show this video. I think it's a great video because it shows how to die, even if you have 4 ambrosias. This guy has 4 ambrosias going into final phase. It just began. And so at the beginning of P4 in Rage Phase, I want you to use the whole room. And what I mean by that is, just making sure I don't get logged out in game here. Don't just stick on the front row. Like, use the room. He decides he spent so much time in the simulator or watching the video, he was like, I gotta be on front row. I gotta be on front row. Use the room, like, please. When you stay on the front row like this, he's bouldering himself repeatedly because he's, I don't know, it's just not working out very well. I don't know what he was thinking, but right here in the video, if I unmute it, you can hear I literally tell him, and then he shapes up. He does it. Like he stops doing the rapid movement, and he starts moving like I wanted him to. Great, perfect. He didn't need to be doing it yet because he's not on last row technically, but you know what? He's doing it. Then things break down pretty quickly. He turns around early there. You see that? He turned around on the fifth instead of the sixth. So there, he turned around early, walked right into his boulder. That's fine. He keeps going to the left. He ambrosias. I can live with that. I'm perfectly happy with the fact that he turned around and bouldered himself, but he kept going to the left. He goes all the way to the left, turns around, skips over the boulder, moves to the right, turns around early. Again, that's okay as long as you're not doing it repeatedly. Ideally, you should go all the way to the end, but he decides to turn around. He turns around again. The more times you turn around early, the more times you're going to boulder yourself. That is right. So it's fine to do it a couple times, but if you do it over and over again, you're just going to end up killing yourself. Yeah, and even notice in the video, yeah, this is a replay. I'm just going over the last row strategy with him. Yep, sure did. So even though he got hit by so many boulders, he still made it to the boss only having 100 HP left. Like even like from the boss being dead, like there's only 100 HP left on the boss. If he'd survived for like 3 more shadow hits, he'd have gotten the kit, even though he tanked about every boulder he could. So that's just a testament to how is like I'm very happy in the video because at least he used his ambrosia. He did not die with 3 ambrosias in his inventory. That's awesome. I'm very happy he drank all of his ambrosia. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's all the explanation I can give you. Other than at the top of the channel, there's other videos that are like me last rowing in other situations, but those are the most important videos. And if you do the simulator at the top and practice the strategy of moving back and forth on the 6 tiles and get a feel for that, and then just execute it when we actually get there. It's all the way at the top, or you can go to the table of contents at the bottom and click it. There's a link to it that takes you up to the simulator. Or you can just Google Last Row Simulator, Old School RuneScape, and it'll pop up. Okay, I'm going to do Kefri now, that I've sat here for God knows how long, talking. No, I'm not going to carry you now. I'm carrying him right now. I can't do 2 at the same time. I am going to be talking an outrageous amount, though, because I'm trying to record like a full walkthrough for the video. I'm recording this as like a full run through what it looks like to go from beginning to end. Okay, so I pre-potted a super combat and a stamina, and then I do not want to special attack that. Okay, so I'm going to drop 4 potions here, so I can get those 4 potions out of the pouch. I pray for the BGS every time. Holy balls, it hit. And now the game of chinning and running begins. Close my chat box so I don't click something stupid. The chins are great because they're a one-way switch. You could use like a crossbow or something. It has the same range, and it costs less, obviously, than using a chin every time. But regular chins are 1k each. I don't mind using 200k to get through one of these 500s. I think it's a fair trade-off. I genuinely thought that Chinchampo was not going to hit that in time. If you let a medic swarm in at this level, it heals the boss for about 120 HP. I think it's 118. I don't know if it's random in between two values, but it seems like it's always 118. Chinchampos also have a really good attack range, so I can hit the Chinchampas on the other side of the boss. Extremely valuable thing that they do there. If you just try to camp a blowpipe, you're not going to be able to hit the ones on the other side unless you run all the way around. I'm going to Karis this for a little bit of health, might as well. I'm getting really close to letting those leak. You cannot hit them when they, with a Chinchampa, you cannot hit the, my kid just cried out a little bit, so I'm looking at my baby monitor to see if he's okay. Seems fine, just coughing. Yeah, Chinchampas can't reach the other wall, so you have to wait for them to walk in 2 tiles before you can even try to aggro them. Otherwise you'll get dragged. Try to show that. See, if I click it early, I get dragged. I got dragged around because my Chinchampa couldn't reach it. And that's fine if you know how to expect it. Why am I hidden still? But if you don't expect to be dragged, it can be really bad because you get dragged into your own bomb from the Kefri auto attack. And that's how you die. It hits for like up to 70, but I swear I've been hit as low as like 30. I think it's like a regular attack, it can go 0 to max hit. That's fine. That's actually kind of sad that I dunged like that. I wish I had dunged like here and then a bunch of tiles over here, but it's not a big deal. As long as I don't mess up like that too many times, I'll be able to kill the boss just fine. So now I'm thinking about the fact that I'm going to begin, I should probably thrall. That's what I'm thinking about right now. I'm going to have to kill everything, the overlords, right? That leaked? Are you kidding? You piece of poo-poo. Anyway, slight inconvenience there. I hit the melee with magic rather than getting one hit off on the ranger. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've... Ooh. See that drag there? Didn't like that. Anyway, so I hit the major, the healer, the melee, to reduce how much he heals. I think his healing is proportional to his HP, right? Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. And I hit a 0. Awesome. Switch to Chinchampas because they have better attack range. You don't need a 2-tick weapon this early in the chinning phase, or the swarming phase, so you might as well use chins for less running. After that one, I like to switch to blowpipe. Wait a tick, so this one's in range. Skip that one. Misclick. I think that's good enough. Just stop. Okay, decent. I missed one, I think. That was one shy of perfect. And then now, just don't accidentally yellow click the soldier scarab and walk into your own bomb. You have to deal with the medics now while you kill all these guys. It's kind of sad, but you gotta do it. And you gotta make sure the ranger doesn't whittle you down. He's constantly chipping away at me. I'm gonna pull those supplies out of the pouch. So I'm gonna thrall. Thrall is good. Watching my HP. Trying to kill the major healer guy. Shift click under there so I didn't die. Dung properly. HP is getting low. Make sure you have over 50 prayer points. Heal. Chillin'. That's the hardest part of cafe, that exact moment right there where you're trying to stay alive, eat, and deal with the crap at the same time while making sure you have supplies to actually eat. Like, I'm out of prayer potions. Thank God I had the stuff in the pouch I could withdraw and eat. I need to run over and get the stuff off the ground. And I didn't chin. Okay. So now you dung the wall. You do not dung, I don't know, anywhere else. I'm gonna hit this pile of scarabs because if you kill them, they'll start doing the dung ball attack again. Might as well use a tick to whittle those down a little. That would be a good reason to bring black chins because you'd do more damage, but I can't be asked spending that much money for a minor, extremely minor increase in convenience for the room. So I'm gonna run. Ooh, okay, I guess I'm just gonna go there. Misclicked. Didn't even misclick, I just mistimed it. My chin didn't go off and I didn't click the right tile. And then I chinned the boss there. Great. I pray to God I'm not like huffing and puffing into the mic this time. It sounds good in voice, but I swear that it picks up so much more on the actual like software that's recording me for some reason. I've never had people complain about me breathing really hard into the mic, but the video still sounds so awful. There, I clicked. I should have moved. It's a rhythm. Okay, so now I want to dung the brown tile right here because it'll do a nice ranger trap. It's not a complete ranger trap, but it's enough of a ranger trap that the ranger will not be able to hit me for most of the arcane scarab killing phase, I'll call it. I don't know what else to call it. So I had 2 more dungs and I've got the brown tile dunged. So I'm going to take my time here and not phase it until that brown tile is dunged, because it'll do a nice ranger trap, like I said already once or twice. So I'm just going to stall here. When the arcane comes out, I like to pop assault. That way... Okay, brown is done. I'm going to run around before I actually start the phase. My stats just drained, so I'm going to assault. Perfect time. 43. It moves every time you hit over a 40. Notice the ranger can't hit me right now. Very nice. So if the major, I don't DPS the major enough and I have to pray magic, I just brewed down my stats because I did it late. Anyway, if the arcane pops right now, I can't be hit by the ranger and the major at the same time. I can pray magic and be safe. I'm gonna get my T-bow ready in case I have to T-bow across the room here. Run for my life. If it jumps again, I'm gonna have to T-bow it from over here. It's dead, hallelujah. Doesn't always happen like that. Dung properly. Now I just, I don't need to worry about the medics right now because it's already overhealed to its max HP, so I can just kill the overlords. Earlier I killed the melee first because he was healing the boss, and I was battling that. I wanted to keep that healing to a minimum. Now the boss is already full HP. You don't need to, so you might as well kill the thing that's damaging you, aka the ranger. So I'm killing the ranger. Ranger's dead. I didn't use a Fang to kill it, apparently, and a Vernic. Where am I going? Hello? Summon a Thrall, because those are good. I'm going to put the salt away so I don't accidentally drink it. I've done it a few times. It's kind of sad. I feel like it's almost dead, so I'm going to right click. Good thing I right clicked or I would have walked into my own bomb there. Kill the swarms so that they don't heal all the damage I'm doing. Now we just coast to the end. Pick up these, so I'm using my brought-in supplies before my raid supplies. There I threw a chin before I moved. You can always do an action before the dung actually reaches you. So what I mean is, you get kicked back to the wall, and then the dung will hit you like a tick later. So you have to run out of its way, right? But you actually have a couple ticks to do something. Either you can immediately move, or you can chin from the spot. So like here, chin and then move. So you get like an extra tick there of action. I don't want my chin chompas all the way down there, so I'm moving back up here. Less wrist movement is good. See, because I've killed enough of these guys by just, I don't know, hitting them, it starts doing the dung ball again. I'm gonna sit here and tank some damage because they explode really big. I wanted to get out of their way, but I didn't know how to do it and do it efficiently. Please? Okay, good. Can't believe I hit the BGS for the video. Hell yeah. I could BGS again. If my first BGS hit misses, this is when I BGS again, actually. Because it's another 1,000 damage, right? You might as well BGS at the start of that to... Apparently my inventory is too full to BGS, so I'm just not even gonna bother. We're doing it! We're doing it! Oh my god, I hit again! Oh my god! It's amazing. Run up here and get the chin over there. Right click for... These freaking wings on top of Kefir get in the way sometimes when you're trying to click the medic swarm on the other side of the boss. It's just an inconvenience you gotta deal with. And the fun thing about the dung balls now is they can't spawn on top of the dung. So you can actually eventually get to the point where if you've dunged enough of the room, the dung balls can't, they'll only spawn like right next to you. And then you can keep killing it and it'll keep alternating in between dung and dung balls, and you won't, the rate of the room filling up will go down drastically. Obviously it'll be 50% as fast because it's alternating instead of constantly dung blocking you. I could have run back, but I wanted to get that chin into that scarab, so I stuck there until the scarab went off. I didn't dung 100% efficiently, but at this point I've dunged efficiently enough that I don't need to be 100% efficient anymore. I can get pretty lazy now. The boss is already dead, almost dead, so the amount of work I did early paid off. It's like the Inferno Pillars, you know? Protect them early so you can be lazy later. Dung early so you can be lazy with it later. Or if you make a big mistake, you want to have done as good as you can up to that point so that your mistake doesn't have as big of an effect on the room. Blabbering on. Apparently I just ran all the way across to Fang that one. Cool. I thought I put my chin on. At this point, you could stand on the corner, but then you create the dung that goes like that, right? And we don't want that. We want to do what I just did there, because this dung... Oh, never mind. I'm facing it. Okay. I'll shut up. This dung trail right here, and its corresponding edge, like right here, those 3 tiles, act the exact same as this dung tile up here, and the 3 tiles next to it. So you can do a nice little bunch of stack here, 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 and go out. But I phased the boss and it did the insta-dung thing, because I wasn't paying attention. Ooh, I almost clicked the wrong tile there and killed myself. Or chanced myself, at least. Clicked the wrong restore potion. Love it. Make sure you pick up those potions over there, by the way. The super combat and the stamina. When you get to this phase, when you're first learning, you gotta be really conservative with how much you hit the boss. Like, you want to make sure that, especially because the medics on the other side are so hard to reach, you can easily get kicked back where you won't be able to hit the ones that spawn on the other side. So like right here, you might just want to stall and hit that one and be sure it's dead before you get back on the boss. That way you don't accidentally let one in at this point. I mean, if you let one in at this point, it only does 67, I think, health. Because the boss is not 1000 HP, it's 580. So it heals a little bit less, but oops, doesn't matter. Lazy with the dung because we're late in the game. Boss is dead. There you go, level 5, Kefri. Onward and upward. If I was dealing with an Iron Man, I would have dropped my bone dagger and released my chins, but because he's a main, I will trade the chins over before I start Akka. If I needed inventory space, I would give them to him right there, but I can put all this stuff back in the supply pouch and not worry about it. Check the mining level, see if you need to depict spec. I do. He's 75 mining. Where am I going? What is happening? What was that? Craziness. You got your pickaxe? You ready? Okay. It might not happen, but I will dodge the black orbs because I don't want to lose HP and then have to brew or be low HP for Akka. So I didn't have to move, so it didn't even freaking matter. But in general, I think it's worth it for the booster to dodge the black orbs and do a 2 down even if necessary. I mean, you try to do it without missing any ticks, but starting this boss with less than 99 HP is a real sad time because it's so easy to get stacked out. Okay, so once he comes in here, I'll trade him after I use this other stuff on my pouch. Okay, give him that, and I want 2 brews, 1 4-dose stamina, and a... yeah, 4 restores, 4 total restores, so 3 more. Perfect. If it was an Iron Man, you'd have him drop it, but other than that, it stays the same. Okay, so Akka, I use the stamina so I do not have to salt until come phase. If you salt at the beginning and use a stamina at the end, your salt is expired. The room lasts 12 minutes, not 8. So I like to use the stamina so I can make sure my salt is running during Akka's come phase so that I can brew up and just be super chill. I don't have to rely on my blue potion and Karis and all that kind of stuff. So here we go. Yeah, drop that, do that, have fun. Summon thralls, hit boss, butterfly perfectly, don't die. I prioritize 5-tick attack instead of like getting into a butterfly, so I'm just gonna try to get in without missing any ticks here. Perfect, got it. Okay, stamina, 80 run energy, woohoo. Close my chat box so I can click and not click my chat box. You can see the red tiles on the ground. Those are the thresholds for when the shadows pop up for level 4, 5, and 6. So I know the shadows will pop up at 2240 HP because it's level 4, 5, 6. So I'm looking for 2240. Kind of keep an eye on it. It's phased. There's the shadow, get the hit off. 4, 5, 6. So I do once and then alternate. That was the pattern. I don't remember colors, I remember the pattern of the movement. Go 1 tile north of the symbol and it lets you hit there and hit at the top of the butterfly. Perfect enough to get out of his way. So you'll see me after every memory special. I always stand one tile north of the black or the red, or one tile south of the white or yellow. I got lucky with DPS there. I didn't have to do a DPS skip. Hallelujah, amen. Looking at my run energy, I got 40 seconds left. I'm looking at my prayer points. They're chilling. I did not sort my pouch though, so I'm going to go ahead and run all the way over here and get my salt and my brew out, at least near the front. Salt and brew are ready to go, so I'm going to run all the way back into quadrant. That way at the very end I'm not stressing about getting a salt and a brew out of my pouch. I just have them ready to go. Okay, so black, switch back, keep going, and switch again. Oh, and just go back and alternate. Okay. One tile north of the symbol, get the hit, run to the top, and start butterflying. Stamina potion because my run energy had run out. Thralls are good. So the next quadrant is 1680 HP. Based on looking down there, I see this is a level 4, so it's the first number in my list of 3 numbers. So wait until his HP hits 1680. That's pretty close. 4. Okay, it phased. It just lets you know to move instead of getting like a guaranteed 0 hit in. I feel like it nets you at least maybe like 1 or 2 hits, knowing that you don't have to hit the main boss. So you can. Oh, this sucks. That's unfortunate. Alternate until black, and then go around. So alternate, and then go black, and keep going. Okay, so keep back is on. I have to stay away from the boss. DPS skip is coming up soon. I'm gonna go DPS skip up here, because why not? Stay away from the boss so his melee doesn't get you. Just switch off of range, please. Now I'm black orbed. Awesome. Game the crap out of Akka for a moment. So I'm choosing to hit with my Fang on 6-tick cycle. Let's step back so I don't take the... I could flick melee, right? But I don't want to flick melee because then he hits me with melee through prayer. There's chip damage associated with that. So I choose to step back and not take any damage. So this is just a back and forth switch alternate. Go back into the 6-tick Fang. Get ready to do a full range switch and step back. Okay, apparently I'll summon a melee thrall. Maybe that'll make it switch ranged, right? Dude, come on. You can step back early like I did there, but if you step back late, you're going to tank the melee hit. So you're better off moving back early and letting them walk 1 tile towards you or something. This is just alternating. Okay, cool. Dude, just switch. There we go. Do the full switch, step back. Now you can do 3 blowpipes, because that's 6 ticks, right? So just do 3 and step back. 1, 2, 3, step back. 1, 2, 3, step back. 1, 2, and so on. Go all the way around, and then come back. 3, 4, that's all the way around, and come back. Right into 2 blowpipe hits, apparently. this is the longest. I'm glad I'm getting this. This is a very long ranged mage phase, I'll call it. It's 11:20, so if I hit a 4, yep. Woo, 1 tick later and I would have taken a melee there. On 63 HP, that could have been a chance. So now we just want to stay away from the boss. I'm not going to Karis. I'm going to Karis here, so I'm not going to stamina until I've stamina'd. Because the Karis gives you stamina, right? So I'm going to let the stamina come from the Karis first. Just DPS skip and you don't have to worry about your HP, right? God, that's scary. Okay, so my stamina's almost run out. I'm going to get my HP back and my stamina with 1 cheeky Karis spec. And we're chilling once again. That was a very long mage range phase, but you got to see a lot of 6-tick action. Slowly go into the middle, very carefully. 5, 6. So I go back, and then alternate, and reverse. I don't know. I don't remember colors, I just remember a little pattern. Get the hit off, come down here, get another hit off. Because I'm on the south side right now of the arena, you go south of the symbol. If you stand on the symbol, the boss will be white because he's out of quadrant. That's why I'm moving. I let the boss step in before I hit him. I didn't even mention why I do it that way. I need the stamina desperately. Hello? Probably need to summon a thrall as well. Wasn't paying attention to the HP threshold, but it doesn't matter. I'll pick up the brew because I'm already over here. Use the drag of range. I knew that I was out of range there, so it would drag me. Alternate. Keep on alternating until you go the other way, and then go around. So alternate, and then go around. Go 1 tile north of the symbol. Let them get dragged in. Oh, I was hitting the shadow. Didn't matter. DPS skip. So I'm going to go over here and DPS skip. Get the hit off just before it. If you don't have time, you skip the hit, but you might as well get the hit if you can, right? Did I miss any ticks there? That was smooth as could be. Okay, boss is dead. Okay, so I already prepped my pouch, right? So I'm ready for cum phase. I'll be able to get my salt and my brew out. After this, we're both going to take life. I'm going to drop him all but 1 ambrosia. And he's going to drop me everything out of the pouch. I'm going to do that quickly because my salt will be ticking down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just go to yellow and then come back and go around. 1 tile north, let it drag in and hit it. See how it's white until it walks into quadrant? If you just hit it immediately, you won't get any damage. Stamina for the last time. Get the 2 things out of my pouch. Why did I summon a mage thrall there? I don't know. Because I want to melee up right now, right? Durr. Might as well salt now. Just to play it safe. And just don't take any damage during cum phase, and it's really easy. That's my strategy. Never mind. My strategy is to take 1 orb. Because it's good. Never mind. One orb is always good for luck. 2 is actually better than 1. So I recommend tanking at least 2 orbs for good luck. Yeah, after that, you know. I like to drink a regular brew and a raid brew because the combination will keep your stats at 125. If you double drink a regular brew, it lowers your stats so that Your salt can't get you back up to 125. Have I tanked 3? Apparently 3 is the magic number. You should always tank 3 orbs during come phase, but no more. Like don't do 4 like that. That's just bad luck. just an example. Like this is how you brew. I want to show off the fact that I'm salted helps a lot with brewing. So it's like, and who needs a melee thrall, right? But really, you shouldn't take any cum balls. I think that's a better strategy. But in theory, just for the video, I'm tanking these so that you can see the power of salt. It's good for your cholesterol to tank a little bit of cum ball. And I'll always finish off with a Fang spec. It's just efficiency. You don't need a Karis at that point, you know. Okay. Okay, 2 more ambrosias from me. How many did you get? All right, well you got 4. Have a happy day. In theory, I don't need any, but it's very cozy to have 1, so I always keep 1. Unless it's like, if we get 3 ambrosias total, I'll give all 3 of them to the person being boosted. But if you have 4, I'm pretty happy to keep 1 just to be sure I don't die from something stupid. Yeah, you take life. Yep. Unless your chaos has 2 ambrosia. But it's happened 1 time before, so it's not unheard of. But yeah. Okay, so now you drop me everything except for the ambrosia. You can keep 1 of the crystalline scarabs if you would like. I think they're nice to keep and for you to have. Yeah, you need the ranging potion. You can do the super combat away if you want, if it's distracting. Unfortunately, the Chin Champas do not like jugs, so they will not go in. So you just have to hold on to those. Yeah, you might as well. You can use it for the skulls so you don't drain your prayer points. If you use your Karis, it'll take 6 prayer every time you kill a skull, right? I mean, if you're low, in theory, if you're low HP, but you should never be low HP in this raid, so I don't want you being low HP just because you could heal off their skulls. That's not a strategy we do here. Alright, you got 4 ambrosias, right? Perfect. Hallelujah. Alright, let's go. I want to get this started before my stats drain. My salt runs out. I might already be a little late. I want a brew and 3 restores, please. Not that one. I guess you still had one. Okay, cool. You gave me a nectar. I didn't know you still had a nectar left. 1 regular brew. How many do you have? This recorder's in the way. Okay, perfect. Yeah, 3's plenty. 2 more restores, please. If you want. And you have the 2 sand fuse. The sand fuse are prayer potions as well, so remember that. I think I took too long to get into here. I think my salt's going to run out before I want it to. So I always mark down when this is going to start. So I noticed my salt was at 345 when I hit this guy. So now I know that the fight will start. And now I do some stuff with my potions. So I need 2 restores and a brew to get through pillar phase. So I drop all but 2 restores. I only need 1 brew, so I drop a brew here. I want them in different stacks because I'm actually going to hide the text before I start. Now I only need 1 restore in my inventory so I can handle everything else. I drop a raid brew and a raid restore so I don't have to get them out later. I'll drop those here and here, again on different tiles so I can see them clearly once stuff is hidden. And now I want 1 of everything else. So now I am prepared to start the raid. So that works out my inventory perfectly to have all my potions. I've got 1 brew, 1 restore, and everything else is already out. I don't have to stress about getting anything out of the pouch. If I didn't get these nectar and tears out right now, I'd have to do it in the middle of the fight, and that's stressful. Nobody wants to do that, especially not me. Maybe you do want to do that. Do that if you want to. You're crazy if you want to. Okay, so now he's gonna sit out. P1 and P2. I solo P1, P2. Just don't die. Eat Bruise. Karis every once in a while to save Bruise for final phase. Yeah, it's a 6 down. If he ever clicks that crystal, I think it takes the kid away from him, so he has to sit there and resist the temptation to click the crystal. 1, it would make him do the fight, and he doesn't have a lot of supplies, and 2, I think it just takes the Fang kit. Even if he does it at like the very end, right before final phase, I think it takes the kid away from you. It does something. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I just say that because I think it and I'm wrong, but I've heard it does something. It either takes the combat achievement from you, or takes the kit, or it does nothing. I don't know what. I'm not going to test it. I'd have to waste an hour and 10 minutes or an hour and a half to see the results. Okay, so I'm 91 HP because the orbs hit 30 and 60. So this will put me down to 1 HP, and then I will Karis my way back up. This is where I want to be salted. Salting will let me do some nice stuff in the middle of all of this. So I'm ready to do that. And I restore back up. Pick up the other restore. I think that's what I wanted salt for. See, I had 3 seconds left to get that done. Now I can take a full set of orbs. And I can Karis again after I've tanked that full set of orbs. Yeah, so that's perfect. That's what I wanted to happen. And now I'll get 1 more Karis off if I tank another set of orbs. Which it looks like I am going to do. I'm gonna go pick up another restore. And the whole point is to salt as late as possible. Like, I'm just trying to preserve my salt boost so I can be salted the whole time. So I'm gonna Karis now. No reason to be low HP. I have so many supplies, I might as well play it safe. Entity hide myself so I can see bombs better. And now just kill the boss. 6 times. The text on the screen makes it hard to see the bombs, that's why I just double tapped my Alt key, and that hides this menu of stuff. So I can see things a little more clearly. I wish the adrenaline lasted like a tiny bit longer. See, it's like, it's almost there. I can almost do another one. And it runs out just before. Adrenaline should last 2 minutes and 3 seconds. That way you can get 1 more Karis off. And this very unique 500 1+1 situation where that would be relevant. I guess it would be relevant anywhere you're doing dehydration and overly draining. It would help all those people, not just me. T-bow is good. Summon a rip. Ooh, let's just not do that. I do not like my HP, but I'm just gonna be a gamer and not die, right? I'm waiting until I have 100% special attack energy, if I can. Again, I think at this point, if I salt, I'm probably just gonna be salted for the rest of the fight, but I might as well get greedy, right? The only stressful part is getting past the bombs. Now I'm just gonna wait until I'm 24 HP or less. So there we go. Tank's one more hit. That's gonna hit a 0, so might as well. Go ahead and Karis. And now I will salt at a 15-second interval here. Once my HP drops a little bit. I'll brew once at like 3 seconds before an interval, and then salt. And that'll give me some good HP. Like, you might as well salt before you resalt, because salt will drop your stats, but it won't drop them below 100, so. I'll go ahead and do it right now. Wait for this interval to match up, and then salt again. None of that's really necessary, it's just, I think I've heard people say min-maxing. I don't know if that is min-maxing. I've heard that phrase used before. If you've watched it to this point in the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I've been noticing YouTubers saying that so much recently. It cracks me the hell up. Huh? Do I do what? I'm not a YouTuber in any way, shape, or form, but I have been posting like all the stuff. All the videos in the Discord are posted on YouTube because they're too long to post directly into Discord. So might as well, you know, I'll take off as a YouTuber, I guess. Yep, exactly. I'm not gonna repeat that in the video. they can't hear what you said, but if I said it, if yes, nod, blink twice. Okay, so let's not forget I'm carrying you, right? So I should be talking to you about strategy. So, for P4, you've been on the simulator a little bit. You feel pretty good? Okay. Like, you have a lot of ambrosia, so if you get hit by a boulder, I guess that's where I should start. If you get hit by a boulder at any point during enrage phase, you should probably just ambrosia. Like, you're probably not 125 HP. So you're probably sitting at like, you've probably been hit by at least one lightning before you get hit by another boulder. So you're probably 100 HP, you get hit by a boulder that puts you at 50 HP. If you get hit by another boulder before you've ambrosia'd, you're dead. So if you get hit by a boulder at any point, you should probably just ambrosia. Otherwise, you shouldn't be less than 80 HP. At 80 HP, you could get stacked out. It's not super likely, but it could happen. So if you're 80, I would probably strongly consider just ambrosiaing at that point. If you're running low on ambrosia, you know, start gaming harder and get a little more, less conservative, more conservative, I guess, but. It can last up to a minute. Like final row could last up to a minute. If I'm soloing, it takes me about a minute and 10 to 15 seconds. So if everything noodles, it could last a while, but it could last, you know, 10, 15 seconds. It's just RNG. How long is last row gonna last? That's the $1 million question, man. Wish I could tell you. And that's with one ambrosia, right? You just said that you've got 44 seconds on the simulator, which means that was with one ambrosia. You have 4. So you can be a little more liberal with how much you eat. You eat more frequently. than you do in the simulator, and you have more eats than the simulator, so you're probably chilling right where you need to be. You have... No, yeah, that's not really the point. The point is to practice the movement. You're not really seeing if you can survive. The real see if you can survive is about to happen. But then your brews are, if you get hit during P3, like you're just late one tick and you get hit by the floor or something, that is when you want to use a brew. And keep the ambrosias for later, exactly. But if you get hit in the middle of not being max HP, let's say you get hit by a Zabak hit, right? That puts you down 30 HP, and you brew, and you get hit by the floor, at that point you should just ambrosia. Because if at that point, like, you got hit a 30, that puts you at what? 70 HP? 70 or 80? You get hit by the floor, that puts you at 20, you're one-hittable. So if you get hit twice at any point before your max HP, you should just ambrosia. But if you're chilling, you know, stop hitting the boss, slowly brew back up, and once you're full HP again, start hitting the boss. But your only job is to stay alive. Let me damage the boss. The more you do damage-wise, the less time you have to survive. But you know, it's a trade-off. Okay, so go ahead and brew up, and then restore, and save your ranging potion for later. You might as well save it until the final row. Okay, so you'll go left for skulls. We're not skull skipping, we're just getting this over with as quick as possible. I will tell you which side the wave picks up on. I'm actually going to type it in chat, because I always forget what I said. I'm just praying you can't hear me huffing and puffing this whole video. I really am. Maybe I was so busy talking that the huffing and puffing is minimized. And then we're just going to keep our talking to a minimum here. Middle is safe. Middle. Middle. So on the next one, when Zabak comes out, remember to pray against it. Sure. You have plenty of prayer. You can absolutely use the rigor right now. I'll stand next to you, and my tears will pot share with you as well. So my salt has faded. So I'm going to go ahead and salt again, because that'll last till the end of the fight. I moved my Karis and my blue potion to the top of my inventory because I only have the one ambrosia and I'd like to have the Karis there if necessary. Left side is safe. Pray against Zabak. Keep an eye on Zabak. I think so. I hope so. You might want to go back a little bit just to be sure. Yep. I think I said left. I have no idea. So I know for the sake of the video I want to be talking a lot right now, but I don't want to talk and distract Mr. XX Blade XX, so I'm trying not to talk too much. I can only imagine how distracting it would be to have me yabbering in his ear. Okay, well I'm not going to talk for final row then, but I might talk a little bit right now. It's very important to sort out your inventory, make sure everything's where you want it. Middle, 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 middle. I'm just going to repeat it so I don't forget. Middle. Now I'm going to stay away from him so I don't run into his boulder, he doesn't run into mine. That's another good reason to really pay attention to where it picks up at, because if we forget, then we both have to sit at the back and might run into each other's boulders a little more likely back there. So if you remember where it picks up, you can comfortably put someone at the front of the room, somebody at the back, and not run into each other's boulders. The hardest thing for me to remember is to resupply. Sometimes I'll accidentally eat the last of my potion and then I'm just panicking. Right side. Right side. Pray mage. Take your time. Relax. Are you restored to 99? Good job. Well done. Go ahead and ranging potion. No more brews, okay? You're on a ambrosia diet only from now on. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking and just stay alive. You do your best. See you on the other side. Remember, don't walk onto your own boulders. Went ahead and adrenaline so that I don't have to worry about it later. And there it is. Holy nuts. Might as well describe it after the fact. I didn't want to talk too much, but my strategy there is to brew about every 15 seconds. I try to drink 2 brews if I need it. And then if I'm still getting stacked out lower and lower, and that's not keeping me up, I'll drink an ambrosia to get my HP back up. So you saw me drink 1 ambrosia there as my HP was just getting so low that my brews couldn't sustain every 15 seconds of brewing. And that's about it. Did ya? That's okay. You stayed alive, you know. Gaming. Yep. And then just don't forget to dismantle your Fang kit so you can get another one. I got 108. You got 84? I got 108. Freaking potato cactus, man. Apparently I banked my Minify ornament kit and my backpack kit as well. That's eight of these with no drop. What a sad time. Yeah, yep. Eight in a row. No purple for me or the person being boosted. It's been a long time since the person being boosted got a drop either. Again, if you've made it to this point in the video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more as I slowly, once a week, post something I think worth posting. Blah, blah, blah. Check out the Discord below if you have any friends who would like to join. I am happy to help just about anybody. I just send out messages every once in a while, and whoever shows up first, I raid with. Have a good day.